Today, I am so excited. My name is Lisa K. Satchell. I am the program coordinator for HBCU in LA. And I'm so excited to share just about the program, for you to meet some of our program alumni. I'm an alumni myself, so I'm super excited for us to share with you guys and just tell you about this amazing life-changing experience that we would love you all to be a part of. So honestly, without further ado, I'm ready to get into it. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Y'all bear with me. Okay, so boom. This is the HBCU in LA program. I'm gonna start talking more about what that means and share that all with you guys. So obviously, as I just introduced, my name is Lisa K. Satchell. I am the HBCU in LA program coordinator, and I'm also an alumni of the inaugural cohort. So been in this thing, here to talk to you guys and share more about it. So summer 2017, that was my first summer in the HBCU in LA program, and it was truly amazing. I interned with BET and the CW. Those are two companies that still work with us today and are still a big part of what we do. We got to do really cool things in LA. We got to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles for the first time. We had dinners that we called basically family dinners because we all became like one big family. We got to go to the Warner Brothers lot. You can see there, we look like we're sitting in Central Park from Friends, which was really dope. And there was this cool Made in Hollywood sign just in the lobby when I walked in every day to BET, so at Viacom. So just really cool stuff got to happen. And I think this was my real introduction to the entertainment industry. I'd had an internship before, but being in the entertainment industry in LA is super special. And so that was a great opportunity to, test out what it was like to be in LA for me. So then we move on to post-grad. I graduated, got that degree, like all y'all are about to do, and all y'all are working towards. And I went to Howard University. So I graduated, and here I am, just doing things in the entertainment industry. My first job was in the Page program with NBC Universal, and that was really special because they're one of our partners with the HBCU in LA program. So when I applied, they're like, "Oh, HBCU in LA, we know what that is. Come on through these rounds of these interviews." You know what I'm saying? The door was open. And I also had a job at Will Packer Productions. That was awesome. And again, Miss Stacy was like, "Hey, I know a young lady looking for a job." Miss Stacy is our program just founder and everything we need in a woman. You know what I'm saying? Everything we need in an LA guardian, as it was. So she came in and was just like, "Hey, I know a young lady looking for a job. Do you have any openings?" And there I was at Will Packer Productions. So I've also had entertainment industry experience working as a personal assistant to a screenwriter, and that was super awesome. And now I'm on this path where I've decided that I want to go get my master's degree. So I'm currently getting my master's of divinity, and I have written a book, all again through the help of Miss Stacy and all the amazing cohorts. Funny enough, my book cover was designed by one of my cohort members, which is really special. So again, the people you meet are going to be your friends, your confidants, the people you can depend on through the industry. And just in general, when you need something, I needed a graphic designer, I knew one, I could call one and get a discounted rate. Amen. We love that. And then now I also work as program coordinator, and that's been super special. You can see I made them take this picture at Roscoe Chicken and Waffles because I was like, when I was here my first summer, we came here, and like was really excited about it. So made sure we got that picture. And it's just been a really good full circle moment. So I want to share with you guys just more about this program and how special it is, now that I've shared some of my personal experience and how it's helped me today. So our mission is to create access and opportunity. It may feel like right now entering the entertainment industry feels impossible. Like, I don't know anybody. How am I going to do this? What's next? I don't even know how. This program opens doors for you and makes you understand it's very possible, So then we also want to establish a diverse pipeline of talent. As you can see, being a part of the program wasn't just about the summer for me. It turned into a family, and it also gave me opportunities for full-time employment. And that's one of our main goals. As you can see, intern to hire is our goal. We're not just about getting you guys placed for the summer. We want to get you jobs. We want to get you, inevitably up to the C-suite, CEO, COO, CMO, whatever you want to be. That's where we want to put you guys. directors, writers, all of it. We want to place you all throughout the entertainment industry. We also want to expose students to valuable hands-on experience, not just through your internships, but we also have different sessions where we'll have different speakers come in. I'll talk a little more about that. And just different opportunities where you guys can really get in there and like get your hands dirty, learn from in-person experience. We also provide pathways for leveraging and launching a career in the entertainment industry. We're also branching into sports entertainment, into music, different things like that. Technology are all going to become open. So those are some things that are part of our mission. So a little more about the program. It's an 8 to 10 week program in Los Angeles. The past 2 summers we have been virtual. So now moving into our next set of summer and summer 2022, will be both hybrid, so in person and virtual. So if you're virtual, you get a chance to attend all of our sessions, really engage in those experiences. And if you're in person, you know, you go to your internship. And one of the cool things about this program is we provide housing. A lot of programs do not provide housing, y'all. Everybody who's going to be speaking to you has probably applied to a different program that seems like this, but is not, because A, housing is not provided, and B, you don't walk out with the family and someone who really continues to care about you. So I'm biased. I think that sets us apart and makes us, you know, somewhere you should apply. So we also have a professional development speaker series, like I shared with you guys. And part of that is just really getting a chance to hear from people who look like you and are where you want to be. Some of them have gone to HBCU. Some of them are just like, I need more of y'all in the industry. I need you guys to infiltrate the system so that we can take over in here and really make sure diversity is being pushed, really make sure that we are being represented in a positive way. So everybody who wants to see you win will come through that professional speaker series. We also have our HBCU Hollywood Welcome Week. Again, when I told you guys we were posing in Central Perk, that was part of our Welcome Week, and we got to go around to different studios and things and really get a chance to see what it was like to work on a set or work just really in the entertainment industry on a lot and things like that. We also have our application open now. So again, when we get off here, you'll have everything you need to know about how to apply. But the application window will be September 10th to December 20th, sorry. And these are some of our amazing industry partners. We didn't really have space to list them all. So this is honestly just some of them. We have heavy hitters like CAA, one of the top talent agencies in the country. Awesome companies like NBC Universal, Warner Media, the Motion Picture Association, Bad Robot, UTA, the list goes on and on, as you can see. But these are just some of the amazing places that we get to place our students. And here goes some of our categories. So these are just areas where you can intern. So again, remember I said music is something we're getting into, technology, photography, post-production, everything on this list. And honestly more, we can place you in, get you a place to really learn what you want to learn and really sink your teeth into stuff that you want to know. Do I actually like this? Is this actually what I want to do? So that's awesome. We also have our HBCU in LA Hollywood Summit. This year was the first year of that, and we obviously plan on doing it annually. And what that entailed was honestly sessions with Oscar award-winning directors and just Oscar award-winning editors and things like that, and different up-and-coming movies we got to watch, and we got to just really dig deep into what does it mean to look like me and be in the entertainment industry? What can I do? Like, how do I grow as an individual to then break into the entertainment industry, learn what I need to learn, and share what I need to share? We also have our student film. So this is another one of those hands-on experiences that I was telling you guys about. We've gotten the chance to do a student film for 2 years. And what this looks like is we'll have everybody, you know, pitches an idea, somebody will write a script, and then the script will get chosen from all the scripts that are submitted. And then we'll pick a director, editor, everything, actors, all from the cohort. So all of the students that you see in this picture are from our cohort. And then as you can see, there are some industry professionals in this picture who play a big role in mentoring you guys and really being like, okay, here's how you would produce something. Here's how you should act. Here's an acting tip for this situation, really walking through rehearsals and all that good stuff. So If there's any part of creating a movie, making a movie poster, anything you want to do with creating a movie, you get a chance to do through this. No one holds your hand. They just show you along the way of, hey, this is how you do it. Now go do it, which is really cool because it gives you a chance to just really learn on the job in the experience. So now that I've told you something about the program, I know that was quick, but I promise y'all that was just a brief overview. We're going to get really into it, into the nuts and bolts of it as we go through this panel with our alumni. So again, the quick overview just happened, but what you'll need to apply is a one-page resume. Y'all heard me say one page, one of them, a one-page resume, not two, so I can print it in this front and back. One-page resume, you know what I'm saying? And 2 letters of recommendation. At least one of them should be academic, and it'd be cool if another one was from like a professional experience. Maybe you've had an internship, maybe you've had a job at like Chick-fil-A or something, your girl did that, but things like that. So 2 letters of recommendation, a 300-word personal statement. If you want to go over 300, we say like max 1 page would be good, 1 page single space would be good, but at least 300 words of a personal statement, and a 3.0 GPA. Again, guys, I know I went through a lot of things fast, so I want to make sure that if you have a question, make sure you drop it in the chat and I'll make sure that we get to them. I see a few right now that I'll touch on. What are the odds of getting us into the program? Honestly, high. We've had up to 200 people in the program. I shouldn't say high. It's actually not high, but it's like, how do I say this? Just go for it. I don't know how else to say it. Just go for it. Put your application in, give it all you got. And yeah, we accept up to 150 to 200 people every year as finalists. And then we try to place as many of you as possible. So some years we'll have 30, some years we'll have 60, some years we'll have 50. It really just depends on how many partners are looking for interns. So the odds aren't super slim, like we only going to accept 5 people, but it's also, if 2,000 people apply and only 200 get in, that's a 10% entrance rate. So again, just apply, don't worry about all that, give it your best, give it your all, and we'll see where we end up. Is it a short film or feature length? So the student film is a short film. Someone said not 15, and I'm not sure what that was pertaining to. Justin, if you want to elaborate, let me know. What if you don't have a 3.0 GPA? You can shoot your shot at applying, but I would make sure that in your personal statement, you maybe tell us why you don't have a 3.0 GPA. Have you gone through some rough times this year and it didn't happen? Are you working multiple jobs and you just didn't have the capacity to really focus on your studies the way you wanted to? Really give us your story, and we may be able to, hit you up, talk you through it, talk you through some stuff, and see if we can get you into the program if everything else is in order. Can you apply as a freshman? You certainly can. So I know some people are in grad school and law school in their first semester, so it's kind of hard to get your transcripts. I would say definitely just submit your transcripts from your previous school and let us know again in your personal statement or something like that, where that you are, entering into your first year, so you don't have your grades just yet. I feel like I touched on some of this other stuff. Okay. So when it comes to your letter of recommendations and your personal statement, people want to know who to address it to. We love to say to whom it may concern, but that's not great because who is it concerning? You know what I'm saying? You guys know that you're addressing the HBCU in LA selection committee. So that'll be what you guys can put. So dear HBCU in LA welcome committee. And with your personal statement, we'd love to see your name somewhere on there. We'd love to see, again, dear HBCU in LA selection committee. And not just, sometimes people just put like paragraphs on the page and then we're not sure who wrote this, what application this goes with when we're printing them out and really going through them. So just make sure you put your name and again, dear HBCU in LA selection committee. Oh, I love this question. Will it hurt my chances if I don't have enough entertainment experience on my resume? Absolutely not. What we're really looking for is just experience in general. So let's say you're a president of a club or a vice president of a club on your campus. We'd love to see that. Let's say you, like I said, you had a job working at Chick-fil-A and you know how to manage a cash register, whatever you want to put on your resume, things like that are things we want to see. So even your volunteer experience, we want to see that. It's not just about having an internship. I know even in my cohort in our first year, we had some people who it was their first time having an internship, was being a part of the program. So I think that is all we have right now in terms of questions I want to get to right now, because I really want us to get into the alumni panel portion of this evening. I'm so excited to have these amazing people here with us. So who we're gonna have coming through is Kayla Parker. She was in my cohort. I'm a little biased. We're basically best friends. Anyways, then I also have Allie Whitner, again, has my heart, HU, you know. And Jared Saffold is gonna be joining us. He was in, I don't need to give a backstory for everybody. I'm so sorry. Jared Saffold, Tyler Hayes, and Tatiana Battle is going to be joining us when she can. She is in the field reporting, y'all. So when she has a moment, she will join us, but I told her not to worry too much about it. We know she loves HBCU in LA and will get here when she can. And again, all these people are very busy and very important people. So I'm so excited to have them with us. I'll let them introduce themselves, even though I just gave a full backstory of who they were. So first, Allie, do you want to go first?
Sure. Hi, guys. So my name's Allie Whitner. I graduated from Howard University in 2018, originally from Cleveland, Ohio. And I did the internship program the summer of 2018. And I interned at the Screen Actors Guild. That was real fun. And then after that internship, I worked at the talent agency ICM Partners for like 2 years. And I was in the TV lit department. So I had 2 agent bosses. So if you guys have seen Entourage or Devil Wears Prada, it was that kind of vibe. And then once I left there after 2 years, I went to Spring Hill, and I'm currently there now. And that's LeBron James and Maverick Carter's entertainment and sports company. And my boss is Jamal, who's pretty much the chief content officer, which really just means that he just kind of runs the studio. So whether it's a scripted project or a feature or unscripted or audio, it all has to go through him. And I've been there like a little over a year.
I said I wasn't going to talk about everybody, but I think I'm going to. Allie, when she came into the HBCU in LA program, all I remember hearing about is, I want to work for Spring Hill. I want to work for Spring Hill. And anytime I see her posting about her job, I'm just like, she did it. She did it, y'all. She's there. All right, Kayla, do you want to go next?
Sure, sorry, I wasn't hitting unmute. Hi, I'm Kayla Parker. I went to Florida A&M University, graduated 2018. I was in the program in the first year, 2017, and during that year, I interned with BET Networks as an unscripted intern, and then I did it again the next year, 2018, and I interned with TNT TBS as a rotational intern. So basically, I literally rotated departments, which was really cool. And after that, I stayed in LA and actually got another internship at Nickelodeon Animation Studio. And that's where I've been ever since. And now I am a production and script coordinator at Nickelodeon on a show called Monster High. And yeah.
Amazing. I just love Kayla so much. Me and Kayla have been roommates and everything in between. And honestly, a sister I got out of this program. We talk about being a family, and that's real. So it's just so important that I drive home to y'all how important this community is, because that's a big thing for me, is making sure that we establish community among the alumni. So I'm gonna keep talking about everybody after they talk. Jared, do you want to go?
Yes, I can go. Hi, everyone. My name is Jared Saffold. I just graduated from Morehouse College in this past spring in May. And I did the program 2020 and 2021. Interned with DreamWorks Animation Television, NAACP Hollywood Bureau. I had an externship with UTA. And I just recently got an offer from Nickelodeon as a production assistant.
again, biased. Jared just makes my heart happy because he was in the first cohort that I got to work with. So again, Jared's been out here killing it, as y'all heard, all the internships and stuff he's had. And it's great to see him continue to blossom. And I just want him to do well in everything he does all the time. Okay, your turn, Tyler.
Howdy, I'm T. Hayes. I graduated from Prairie View A&M University in 2021, just this past May, and I got HBCU in LA. With the summer of 2020 was my first. Tragic, no internship, but I came back again for the clutch in 2021 and was able to make the film, DP the film out in LA, and also get an internship at Circle of Confusion, which is a development and management internship, which was great. Loved it. And now I'm working at HBO Max show in Cal, Texas.
Amazing. Again, one of the things I love about Tyler is, like he said, the first summer he did not have an internship. And a lot of people, when they don't have internships with us their first summer, they get discouraged, as one could, and they don't come to the events. They get like, well, what's the point of coming and all that good stuff. But Tyler came to everything. When I tell y'all, I knew who Tyler was, one, because he was in my inbox asking me questions, talking about stuff. There you go. He was just stood out. He would stand up every time. He'd be like, anytime he had a question, he'd give this whole intro. And by the end of the summer, I was like, do your intro, Tyler, like at our last session. So I want to encourage y'all that even if you don't get an internship your first summer, it's okay. Keep coming to the stuff, keep showing up. I'm sure he learned a lot of he's shared with us that he learned a lot of valuable stuff just from attending the sessions and things like that. So even if you don't get an internship, this is still an invaluable experience for you to build community, have people who care about you. I can say something about everyone who's on this panel and every alumni who comes through the program, because we're a community. Like, we know each other, we care about each other. And as someone who works for the program now, I care about the people coming. Miss Stacy cares about y'all, wants y'all to win. You know what I mean? It's always like, making sure that we're looking out for the students. And so, yeah, that's some stuff about these amazing people who are talking to you. Again, Tatiana's in the field. She would join us when she gets a moment. I'm not even going to hold her to it. It's really fine because, again, if you guys follow, I might drop her Instagram vicariously for her, so you guys can follow her and see all the amazing stuff she does and just be inspired by her in that way, because she's really great. And again, another person who was in the program, really just showing up, asking questions, and being proactive in her own experience. So one thing I want to ask you guys is what was your favorite experience during your time in the HBCU in LA program?
Definitely working with Mr. Donald Morgan, 11-time Emmy-winning cinematographer, and making the film with James Bland. He has the show Giants. His actors got Emmys on there, so invaluable. I learned so much, and I'm making my film right now. I'm using as much as I learned from working with them to making this movie, because this film I'm making right now is ambitious as I don't know what, and I'm low-key in over my head, but I'm Superman, so I'll come through the clutch for sure.
Anybody else want to share? Oh, go ahead, Kayla.
Yeah, for me, I would say going to the BET Awards. My first year, I got to work it because I was a BET intern, but then my second year, yes, shout out to BET interns, me and Lisa. But second year, we as a program got invited. And so our entire program got to go like on this really cool behind the scenes tour of the BET experience, because it's not just like the Sunday Awards, it's like a lot more to it. And we got to watch the rehearsals for the musical artists that were going to be on the show. So that was just like so cool. And we got to it just was really fun sitting there and watching everything. So that is definitely a highlight for me.
I can go. So in 2020, I believe, is when I got my DreamWorks internship, and I was just like Tyler. I didn't have an internship through the program, the first cohort that I did it, and I was really discouraged. But of course, I kept going to everything. I was really persistent, and I was getting to a point where I was like, it's just not gonna happen for me. I'm not gonna get an internship. Let's just try something else. This is not working. And I, around 2020, after like COVID hit and we were all at home, I I was like, you know what, I'm only applying for one internship. That's all I'm doing, because I have really been like applying. That's very ambitious. Don't do that. But I ended up getting a call one day from one of the people at DreamWorks and said, "Hey, you got the internship." And I got it through HBCU in LA. And it was such an amazing feeling, because like, you know how like you just feel like something is like not happening for you. And then when it finally does, it's like, it finally happened. So that was probably like one of the best experiences for me, because I thought something wasn't gonna happen, but with the backbone of this program, it did. So.
Love that. Allie, do you want to share?
Yeah, I would say too. I would also like follow Kayla and say the BET Awards, because it was just cool, like getting to be behind the scenes and kind of see like the rehearsals before it actually happens and like goes live. But I also really enjoyed the panels. Like we would do like the weekly panels every Thursday when different execs and like writers would come out, and it's just like, I don't know. That's when I was like, okay, yeah, like this project is unreal. Like I'm talking to Kenya Barris right now, because like a lot of the times after they would talk and kind of give their spiel, they would give us time to like go up to them and kind of just like network. And I just feel like you can't beat like one-on-one time. And then it also helped just seeing like Black executives like in their high positions, because it made me really feel like, okay, I could do this, because representation like really matters.
Yes, yes, yes. So someone's asking, so what Allie is talking about are those sessions I told you guys about with industry professionals. We would have executives come. We had Kenya Barris one year. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the new I don't want to call it a reboot, but kind of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air coming to Peacock. The man who created that and made the trailer when it was just a trailer, he came and spoke to us. Melvin Gregg, who's out here just succeeding. So it's kind of cool because we get to see people before they're too popping, and we get to see people when they're popping. It's like both, so that's really special. I know our year, Kayla, Yvonne Orji came, and it was like the first season of Insecure. And then because she has a relationship with Miss Stacy, she came again this year in 2021. And she big popping whole books and everything out. So that's one thing special, is you never know who's going to be able to pop up. And even if it's not a big name that the information is so invaluable, because it's people who have been in the industry for like minimum 10 years. And then we also have panels with people who are junior level executives just getting to their, the top of their game. And that's really special. So yeah, that's really cool. Tatiana, are you able to give yourself a little intro at the moment?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, good girl. I told him you was out here working.
Oh yeah. It's actually a very classy event. But we're gonna stick to that. Oh, I think I have privacy settings on my camera. So, but I'll start with my intro. So, hi everyone. If you're on this Zoom, you're in the right place. HBCU in LA 100% changed my life. I mean, even till this very moment, I'm at work doing exactly what I came into the program to do, and that was to be a reporter.
Oh no, we lost you for a minute, Tatiana. That's all right, Tatiana. We're gonna move on to the next question. You can share whenever you're ready. Just let me know. But like Tatiana said, she is in, like she told y'all, she's in the field, she's at events, she's getting out there and doing it. And that's what we love to see after the program. It's just people continue to go after what they want to do. So I want to ask the panel, what was your biggest takeaway from the program?
I think she's back.
You back, Tatiana?
I'm back. Can I go first?
Yeah. Oh, I see you.
Okay. Look, guys, I'm literally at I'm at an event right now. Anyways, but my biggest takeaway, I would really have to say, was the fact that I never was in a space where I could lean on so many creative and talented people, to the point where it's not even feeling as if this person is doing one thing and I'm, less confident because they may be in this internship or anything. This program really made me realize that HBCUs, no matter which one you come from, you stick together and you push each other. I mean, just last week, one of the people in my cohort is now working at their dream company, and he knows who he is. I hope he's on this call right now. He knows who he is. And to be a part of something like HBCU in LA, I mean, you really truly are blessed. Who can say you're part of a program that can do things for you other people can't do, and do it for free, and work with other people that look like you, have the same aspirations as you? My biggest takeaway, like I said, is that I was surrounded by people that pushed each other. And that right there motivated me to be where I am today. So I thank HBCU in LA all the time.
Again, I promise y'all Tatiana is a motivational speaker. When she's not reporting, she's a motivational speaker in my head. Anyways, so I want to know from everybody else, what else did you, like, what can you say your biggest takeaway was?
I say I gained a lot of confidence of being able to really do it in the entertainment industry. Even though I'm a fairly confident guy, but it's just, I don't know, man. After that first summer, man, I felt like I can do whatever I wanted, and I kind of am. And so it's all thanks to HBC in LA. I don't know, just seeing the Black people in powerful places, and also hearing the stories of the success stories, and also getting that inside knowledge, that being confident in your own voice, and a whole bunch of stuff, man. I don't know, man. It's like I was in some sort of gumbo pot, and I tasted really good afterwards, if that makes sense. And so let's just say HBC in LA is like a giant gumbo pot, and then you come out tasting way better than you did before, and then people like you.
What a metaphor. He got that seasoning. Did you hear what he said?
I got this seasoning. That's what I got.
From the program.
Thank you.
Love that. All right, somebody else share.
I can share. I would have to agree. Prior to the program, I wasn't that confident in that I could do something in the entertainment industry. And to be transparent, I come from a family who thinks like the entertainment industry is very like it may or may not happen, which is kind of true, but they look at it as, let's not go that path. Let's go be the doctor. Let's go be the lawyer. Let's do the path that, like, we know you will always have a job and you will always be good. But that wasn't my passion. And I realized that my passion was creating, and my passion was being engulfed in people who love film and love television and love things like that. And I think this program really gave me a sense of, like, you can do it. Like, it was literally drilled into our heads that anything you want to do, you can do. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, do you think you can work at Nickelodeon? I would have said no. I genuinely would have said no. But look where we are today. So I absolutely love this program for that. And that is just one of the many takeaways that I have.
Yeah, I agree. Oh,
go ahead, Allie.
You want to go, Kayla? Do you want to go? All right. So I was going to say, I agree. Definitely, I think we could all kind of say the confidence, because one, I feel like coming from an HBCU, you kind of already get to like develop that confidence because you're around other people that look like you, and everyone's, on the right path, and just like-minded like individuals. But it was another thing to just be out here with like all creatives and people that want to work in the industry, because I majored in business management at Howard. And I did that because I was thinking like maybe entertainment business, and if entertainment doesn't work out, I could still like fall back on that. So I didn't really get a lot of exposure to like the entertainment side. So this program literally gave me the resources, and it's like Spring Hill is my dream job. As Lisa said, like I couldn't stop talking about this place. I knew I wanted to come here when I was working at ICM. And it's just like the fact that I literally moved all the way from the Midwest to LA, like, and working my dream job is strictly because of this program. So it really did like help to just teach me that it's possible, and that we're about to take over. Like when I look around me and it's like my one peer is doing this and so is doing this, like I just love hearing everyone's like success stories and I've noticed too, like the more like meetings I'm in and just like different networking events, I'm literally just starting to see us. Like it's more of us just literally popping into every different company. Like I have friends at a lot of the major studios, a lot of production companies, kind of just really doing what they want to do. So if anything, this program really taught me to just always have that confidence and just know like the time is now. And also don't take no as an answer, because just stepping back to what they spoke on earlier, I applied for this program my junior year and I did not get in. All right. And I was super discouraged. I was upset, whatever. But what did I do? I applied again my senior year because I kind of just made it like I wouldn't take no as an answer. And I think that's something you really have to learn, especially in this industry. Like you can never take no as an answer. If you really want something and if it's really for you, like you're gonna get it. It may just not come on the time that we all prefer, but it's gonna come, you know? So I would just say, don't ever get discouraged. But overall, it really taught me to just have that confidence, and we about to take over.
I don't mean to cut you off. Can I ask Alexandria a question?
We're gonna save questions to the end.
Okay.
And then you can ask your question, but I'll definitely keep you in mind. Thank you for your excitement. Love that. Kayla, can you go ahead?
Yeah, I just echo everything everyone's been saying. I think the biggest takeaway is same is the confidence, but really for me, it was just your dreams are closer than you think. I think that's what I really felt leaving the program, especially my first year, because sometimes we like think, oh, I want to be a writer, director, all these things, and it's like feels really far away, even if you're studying it in college. But once I did this program, it was clear that like, oh, this is here now, you know, like start now, like Ali's saying, don't take no for an answer, have that confidence, and like start working now, start writing now, start thinking of your films and your company now. So I think it was just overall inspiring to know that like I actually can be like the things that I want to be, because I'm seeing people just like me who are doing it, have done it, they're giving me advice on how to do it. So like last thing to do is just to do it. So yeah, it definitely just showed me that like my dreams can totally happen. And that was really exciting. So yeah.
I love that. I can say for my answer would be literally, I would not stop coming back. Literally, even after the year I did the program, I moved to LA, and anytime there was a cohort, I'd be like, hey guys, I'm Lisa. I'm an alumni of the program. You guys want someone to talk to? Do you guys need help? Like literally the infectious nature of we each one teach one. We all in this together. Like Allie was just saying, like, we are in this together. Every one of us, you know what I mean, was really just ingrained in me. So I would say community is like my new favorite word. So community was definitely something for me that was the most important takeaway. And also, again, like Kayla was saying, it felt possible. I had dreams of moving to LA, but it wasn't until I did the program that I was like, yo, this is actually feasible. Like I could actually do this. And I was blessed that I got to. So my next question, I have two more questions on my end, and then we're gonna get to Jamad's question, and then any question y'all want to ask. When I tell y'all we are here to keep it all the way real, we're keeping it a buck today. Like absolutely any question you have, we gonna try to answer it. Okay, so what advice would you give to people applying for the HBCU in LA program?
I would say remember that when it comes to like resumes and putting down like your experience isn't always what you get paid to do. And I think we kind of confuse that sometimes, especially as college students. You know, I didn't have any job before college, so I didn't have any paid experience. But think outside the box a little bit. You know, if you're in student media, if you have volunteer experience, like all of that counts. And basically, don't sell yourself short. Anything that you work hard at, even if it's just independent projects you do, like include all of that and put your best foot forward. So don't get so caught up in like experience and thinking you need another internship to get this one. Like put the things you do, the things you're involved in, because that counts 100%.
No, yeah, I want to piggyback on that because we had a girl who was an acting major and she was like, what should I put down? I mean, my spare time is taken up by being in productions at school. I said, oh, you were an actor. You had to memorize your lines. You had to, if you were a lead, you were probably a leader within your cast. You had to, like, there are so many things you have to do as an actor that if you really think about it, they are transferable skills. So think about all your transferable skills, you know what I mean? And maybe even to like help understand it, maybe look at the description of an internship you would want and see like, okay, what are the verbs they put here? Like assist, manage, things like that. All those facilitate, things like those buzzwords, you know what I mean, are all great to put on your resume. If you watch the session we had with Christina Hatcher, it was our resume workshop session. It's on our YouTube channel. I'll put the YouTube in the chat. You guys can see some tips for your resume and things like that. And the other cool stuff we have on there. But sorry, someone else can go.
T. Hayes would say, and this is really driving home for me when I'm working now so much more in the entertainment industry. This is a point that's been really driven into my head, is how much personality matters in the entertainment world. It's like, it's not like engineering or things like that. The entertainment, like, personality can get you into so many doors. It's ridiculous versus, I don't want to say competency doesn't matter, but my God, if I watch your video that you made for HBC in LA, I'm like, what is this? Then, you're less likely to be to people to be like, I want this kid. I want to watch your video. I want to read your personal statement. I want to feel like, you really want this. You have something to say, and you have, dreams that you would do anything for and things like that, because we know you don't have any experience. Okay, we know that. We know you don't have experience. That's what we're here for. But I don't know. I think personality matters a lot, and some people are really introverted, and that might be difficult and things like that. But also, you should be brave in the kind of the way you present yourself. So that's what T. Hayes would say. But I'm sure everybody else is gonna have some great stuff to say.
Yeah, I think I would also say, like, sometimes to put your best foot forward, you have to invest in yourself. So like the first year when I applied, it was cute. I used a little SLB, the School of Business resume format, whatever. But my second year, pretty much when I didn't get it, I'm like, oh, they trying to play with me. Okay. So I reached out to my friend. I still go to him to this day. He's like, literally like a resume just specialist. He could literally, if you work at McDonald's, he would make it seem like you're at a Fortune 500 company. You know what I mean? So I went to him, and he kind of just, I didn't like add any like fake experience or anything, but the way he kind of just formats it just makes it sound like in a really great way. And like, I think the resume just looked better overall. It was more like just easy on the eye. Because I think your resume should be super clear to read. You want to just, because they say like, I think the average time a recruiter looks at a resume is like 30 seconds, honestly. So if they like, 10 seconds? Oh, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, girl, it's short. It's quick. It's a glance.
That's what I mean too. So like they have to, if they look at it and it's like kind of confusing or hard for them to read, even if you do have great experience, they might just go to that next one that has maybe some more simple format. So I really think that kind of just investing in myself and really just reading over the questions. And honestly, though, I will say, like, just put your heart into it. Like, I was answering those questions just saying the truth. And I will say that, like, this is something that I did personally. Once I finished my application, I knew that I wanted this so bad. I literally was like, you know what? Stop stressing about it. Don't worry about it. Because the first time I applied, I was thinking about it every day, blah, blah, blah. So the second time I kind of just I knew that I did everything that I could do because I invested in myself, right? So then once I submitted it, I literally prayed about it, and then I didn't think about it anymore until like I ended up getting an interview. So I would just say, put your best foot forward, invest in yourself, and then you got to just trust yourself. If it's supposed to work out for you, like it will.
There's two things I would say. I would say one, make sure your heart is in it. Because this program, although the goal is to get that internship and things like that, in the event that you don't, there are still events and things that you must go to. It is a commitment, and you have to make yourself available for that commitment. So I would say make sure that your heart is in it, and start now. Whatever it is that like you want to do, if you want to write, if you want to direct, if you want to produce, start now. Pick up the pen, pick up the paper, pick up the camera, pick it up now. Because what this program will do is amplify what you're already doing. So those are my two nuggets.
Yeah, I love it. I think I can share a little bit about my story. I had applied to 70 internships when I found this program, literally 70 internships. And I'd started my application, and your girl was tired because she applied to 70 internships. And this was the 71st. And when I tell you this is the only internship I got that summer. So when I tell y'all to keep trying, like, we're not just making this up. Like Allie said, she applied, didn't get in. T. Hayes and Jared, first summer, didn't get an internship, but showed up. Things like that. You get out of life in general. This is a life lesson, but especially this program, you get out of it what you put into it. You hear what I'm saying? If you don't come to any of the info sessions, you don't come to any of the just sessions and opportunities we offer, you ain't gonna get anything out of it. I'm sure there may be some people who were in the cohorts who said, I mean, I guess it was fun, but why would I do it again? Because they didn't put anything into it. And that's fine. God bless them. We keep sending them emails with, here are job opportunities. Here are things, not Allie, here are job opportunities. Here are things you can do, all that stuff, because we got love for you at the end of the day if you came through our cohorts, you know what I'm saying? But you get out of this what you put into it, what you devote to it. All the things we're talking about is because we invested in this program. Like Allie said, invest in yourself, invest in this opportunity, take advantage of everything it has to offer. Y'all can see T. Hayes has to bounce. Again, these are all working people. They busy, you know what I'm saying? So we thank him for his time. And he dropped his everything in there so you guys can follow him and all that good stuff. So my one final question before we get to our Q&A is, if people haven't grasped it or don't feel it yet, what is one reason or a few reasons, whatever you want to give, why should someone apply for this program?
I think we've been like kind of going around it this whole time. I think you should apply for this program if, you know, you're looking to get into the entertainment industry, period, because this will provide you with all the resources. Even if you like, because when I first started, I didn't necessarily know exactly, like, I didn't dream every day of being a writer or being a producer, right? But I knew that I just loved the industry, and I knew that I wouldn't be happy in any other field besides entertainment and sports. So yeah, I mean, through this program, like all the different panels you'll attend and like different seminars, just all the great stuff that it has to offer you, I think it will help you figure out what you want to do. If you were like me and kind of like, well, I like entertainment, but I don't really know what I want to do specifically. But yeah, I would say really, if you want to be in the industry and if you kind of just want to take a chance on yourself, and really if you're just ready to like learn and grow too, I think being out in LA for the summer and just being provided these opportunities, it will definitely cause you to grow as a person, for sure.
I agree. And if you want, you know, obviously you're applying for like the work experience and everything. But I think one of the awesome things about this program is you get work experience and then so much more too. And I think that added benefit is what makes this program stand out. Like, I've done other internship programs and I've never had community like this one gives, you know, and it's still giving me work experience, giving me college credit, but it was like the more was so, one, unexpected, and two, like more than I ever knew that I needed, if that makes sense. So like the fellowship and the community and living together with like-minded people, you know, once again, being in this HBCU community, just like Tatiana went into, how like we're not all at the same school, but there's that HBCU community and culture that, you know, seeps into all of us from every school. You know, it's like a genuine thing that you just experience going to HBCU. So I think the added benefits of just everything that comes with this program, from the people to the experiences, like it's like nothing I still have experienced to this day. So I think that alone is worth just going for it, because it's so worth it.
I would say breaking into the entertainment industry is really tough. And I didn't understand how tough it was until I graduated and I started that post-grad journey of looking for that job. And that journey was very long and very difficult. But one of the great things that I had was that I had, again, the backbone of this program on my resume and people to vouch for me, to say, hey, Jared is great, he can do X, Y, and Z. So without this program, I truly don't know how these opportunities would have, you know, panned out. So always grateful to the program for that, and that's a reason to apply. And plus I now have this community of people who I can call for literally anything. I can call the director, I can call a producer, I can call a writer, I can call a graphic designer, I can call a music person. Like there's so many people that like I can call if I need something. So that's another reason to really invest in yourself and apply for the program.
Don't know if Ali is able to share or if Tatiana is able to share. Okay, like I said, y'all, we busy. So now that we're talked about why you should apply, I want to share with you guys basically your steps to applying. So when you come to our website, this is what you'll see, eicop.org. What you want to look for is the interns tab. So as you see here, oh, look, there's Ali. That's fun. As you see here, this is just all about the internship. This is the process. This is the components of the internship, more about the speaker series. Look, there's T. Hayes, a video from T. Hayes about his experience, good stuff like that. And if you go here, you'll see how to apply. That's where y'all want to be at. So you'll see, just again, more information. You'll click login right here and it'll take you to the page to create a profile and start your application. Again, you'll see just how to get started. What does it take to apply? Down here, you'll see the things you need. So remember when I was like, you need a resume, all that good stuff is listed here. So you don't have to try to remember it or any of that. So again, just go to eicop.org, navigate the site, click around, learn some more about us, whatever you want to do to feel comfortable with applying, because we need y'all to apply. We want y'all to apply. Okay, and so in order to do this Q&A, what I'd love to have happen is you can raise your hand virtually. So use the raise your hand feature on Zoom. If you don't know how to do that, if you just want to type raised hand, so I know that you have a question. And we are, of course, going to start with our friend Jamad. If I said that right, let me know. And so you can come off mute, ask your question, we'll get it answered, and then I'll tell the next person when it's their turn.
Thank you, Elisa. You said my name absolutely correct. I'm Jamad. I am a screenwriting and animation major here at the illustrious Morgan State University. And I had a couple questions, but I'll keep it short. Firstly, a question to Alexandria. So how do you get yourself out there? Like you were talking about networking, but I've heard a lot about, especially my first semester here at Morgan, I've heard a lot about networking, not just up, but also across. So how do you get yourself out there as far as getting yourself through other people's connections? Because everyone is networking yet, especially at a organization like HBCU in Film. How do you get yourself known if everyone around you is not doing practically the same thing?
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's really important to just network across too, because I say that because people often are like, they might try to go talk to Kenya Barris, but it's like Kenya Barris' assistant is sitting back there taking notes on his phone. That's the one that's like handling all the real work that he's doing, you know? So I just mean like that. And as far as like, I also think like everyone like on this Zoom is clearly like interested in entertainment. And it's just like, I made sure to network with people in the program too. Like, oh, what do you want to do? You want to do animation? You want to go to Nickelodeon? Okay, got it. So it's like, you know, kind of just keeping track and keeping tabs of what people are doing. And honestly, I think, and I used to do this too, like sometimes people overthink the word networking, like just be cool. It don't have to like be weird. You could just be yourself, go up to them, just talk, have a conversation, and kind of just make organic connections, right? You don't have to go up there and being like, oh, my name's so-and-so, I want to work in PR and I'm from Howard. And like, you could just come up to them and have a normal conversation. Maybe you guys have like something in common and you could like speak on that. A lot of the times, if I was at a networking event, maybe I didn't have a question then, but I would try to like get their email because I would think of something that I could ask and then I would email them later. And then I would also say, when it comes to like networking with like executives and stuff like that, don't be discouraged like if they don't respond right away. Because a lot of times people are like really, really busy, but I would like to show interest. So like, for instance, when I was trying to apply to work at Spring Hill, I'm like looking at the trades every day, right? So if I see like, oh, Space Jam 2 coming out and the Hollywood Reporter, so-and-so just signed on, I'm reaching out to Spencer Bailey, who's like the head of film, like, hey, Spencer, saw this article, so excited for Space Jam 2, like, can't wait, you know, kind of just doing that, because that can help set you apart versus all the millions of other people that are kind of just reaching out to just, you know, kind of like try to establish that relationship. But if you're actually paying attention and talking about the actual projects and something that they have going on, then they'll probably take a second to respond. So just like be confident and always be active.
Okay, I was gonna say Kayla because you came to my mind. Kayla or Allie, do either of you want to define what the trades are for them? Hit them, Kayla.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'll let you go. The trades are different publications that write about entertainment news. So the popular ones are Variety and Hollywood Reporter, and also Deadline. So they're the ones you see often posting about new shows coming, actors signing on to shows, new deals being made by producers and directors. So it's a great way for you to keep up with what's going on in the entertainment industry. So I would definitely check those out: Variety, Deadline, and Hollywood Reporter.
Amazing. Did you have another question, Jamad?
Yeah, I did. So very Deadline in Hollywood. Sorry, I'm kind of taking notes. If
No, I
that's,
got you. Take your time. Take your time.
okay, so
Oh wait,
so-
Tatiana, do you have something to share about what we just talked about? Sorry, Jamad.
Mhm.
No. Sorry, Jamad. Go ahead. I think she.
Okay, so obviously you can't get connections like HBCU in film without being somewhat interested in the entertainment industry. But do you guys think that being particularly like a film major or whatever it is in like all in your school, like essential to working your way up in HBCU in film, or does it really not matter? Because I noticed that I think Alexandria was a business major and not a film major. So I was just curious about that, because I've been told a lot that film school is kind of a waste of time for some people if there's networking connections available. So yeah.
For that, just to chime in real quick, I would also say like different strokes, different folks. Some people want to go to film school, you know, to get that experience, and that's something they want to do. Some people don't. I was also told that your major is kind of just a skill once you graduate. It's real nice like to have, but you could really kind of do anything, especially within this program. So I wouldn't ever think that your like major necessarily has to pigeonhole you as well. But then again, it kind of just depends on what you want to do personally. Because I have friends that have went to USC, like writing programs, producing programs, and went off and did their thing. I have friends that literally graduated and kind of just dived right in and are now like director's assistants or producer's assistants. So it kind of just depends on what you want to do. But either way, you can make it happen.
I want to piggyback on that. I am also not a film major. I was a sociology major. But everything that I did in my studies, I kind of related it to media. So example, like my senior seminar project was on the representation of African American women in reality television. So like I just kind of took both of my loves and put them together. So it's ways to incorporate media in if you're not a film or media major.
Also, one thing I want to share with you guys. Oh, sorry, Kayla, go ahead.
It's all good. I was gonna just say, piggyback off of both of that and what Ali said, different strokes for different folks. The biggest thing I've seen, the most consistent thing I've seen positively affect someone is not a degree or school, but it's their connections. It's who they know and who those people know, and that's what gets them in the door. I've seen people from like the top film schools get quick opportunities, and I've seen people, once again, like myself, who was not a film major, get quick opportunities. So it's really about who you know, and that's why this networking is really important too.
Yeah, I also say, just to encourage you guys, there is not a one size fits, not even encourage, just to share that there is not a one size fits all answer. I would go to these panels we had when I was in the cohort, I'd be like, how does one do whatever? People be like, well, I did this, but I have a friend that did this, and I know somebody else who did this. You go to another panel, you ask the same question. Well, I did this and I did this, and it's all different. So one of the funnest, but also maybe at times frustrating when you're in the stage learning about the industry, things about the entertainment industry, is there is no one answer. And even when we talk about connections, the number one thing that will not make you connections is, oh, I'm just trying to know so-and-so so they can connect me to so-and-so so I can get such and such. Like nobody wants to hang out with you or help you even if you're just trying to make connections for the sake of making them. To Allie's point, connection, like genuine connection is important. And for us, once you get into the program, you know us. Miss Stacy knows like everybody. There'll be random people. I'm like, how she even know? Because she's been in the industry for 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So things like that are just like important. Again, a lot of people say it's not what you know, it's who you know. And now you know, once you get into the program, you know us. And other than that, just make genuine connections, be the lovely person you are, have fun, and you'll meet the right people who you're supposed to meet and who you're supposed to be connected with. So I want to move to our next question. Thank you, Jamad. Justin, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I was going to ask originally, how did everyone here know that HBCU in LA would help them with their specific major, whether it was screenwriting, animation, or news reporting?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't. It was a leap of faith. I'm not gonna lie, because I remember it was the first year. So we got this email that was like, buy a plane ticket and come to this place. And you were just kind of like, Lord, don't let it be sketchy. And you got on the plane and you did it. Like, so I just wanted to share that because I think that's funny and kind of a fun thing. It's just a leap of faith for me. I know Kayla was a part of the first year, so maybe you can share too, Kayla, when you get a chance. But I want to know, for like people who had heard about the program, how did you know?
Okay, so the question is, how do we know about the program? Is that the question?
No, how did you know this is what you needed to do? Like, how did you, like, did you hear a story? Did you see someone?
Gotcha.
Like, how did
Okay.
you know this was going to help me get to where I want to go?
Gotcha. Okay. So I was with a friend and I was helping him do a self-tape. And I was like, no, do it like this. Inflect your voice here, do this. And at the time I thought I was going into HR. That's where my mind was. But he was like, and this show that he did has gone on to be on Stars, and it's on season 2. Like, it's great. But he stopped me mid-tape and he was like, stop. You need to do something in this industry. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, do something in this industry. I was like, what do you want me to do? I mean, that's a very bland statement. And he was like, I don't know, figure it out, but something. And I did an internship, a HR internship, and it didn't pan out the way that I thought. I was like, oh, probably can't do this all the time. So then I started this quest to kind of figure out what I want to do. And that same friend came back to me and he said, hey, my professor told me about this program. You go to LA and you get an internship and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, let me see. And I believe I did I was on one of the info sessions. And I think that's what kind of sold it for me, because I saw the passion in Lisa and Miss Stacy's face. And I was like, oh, they know something. So, and here we are today.
Wow.
I kind of want to chime in a little bit. If I were to say why I chose to be a part of HBCU in LA, I'm gonna be real. I was at a very stagnant point in my college career. I just felt like, I'm a part of these clubs. I know I like media. I know that I want to be a reporter, but I just felt like I didn't know the right people. And even though I was fellowshipping and creating memories with my friends at my HBCU, I just felt like I just needed someone to guide me, put me in the right direction, get me in a space where I could meet those people and leverage those opportunities. And my comm professor said, well, there's this program, HBCU in LA, they're doing an info session. with Texas Southern. And so I went to Prairie View A&M in Prairie View, Texas. Texas Southern was in Houston. And I said, you know what? I'll go check it out. I'll sit with other students from a different university, different HBCU, and I'll see what they have to say. And just being there and learning about the different opportunities that could come with it, the different, network connections you can make, not with, just these huge corporations and these huge businesses, but really the connections that you can make with other HBCU students. That is what really got me excited. And it's like what Jared was saying, the passion, like, man, you see it. Lisa, Mama Stacy, other alum that are part of HBCU in LA on this panel right now, the passion is what really sold it for me. I said, if they can be so passionate about this and they might be years removed from this program, I want to be a part of that. I want to leave, feeling like that and give back like that. And that's what sold it for me too.
All right. Thank you.
Amazing. Love that. Kyla Bates, do you want to ask your question?
Yes, I do. Thank you for calling on me. My name is Kyla Bates. I am a management major at the Southern University in A&M College. My question is kind of a loaded question. It has to deal with the application process. The first part of that question is, I noticed there's a section for a portfolio and or reel link. Does that include work that we've done, or is that where we submit our video submission? And my second part of the question is, when selecting areas of interest on the application, do we only select areas that we have experience in, or are we allowed to broaden those horizons to areas that we have little to no experience in?
Yeah, I can take that one. So, Lord, I only remember your second one. The first one's gonna come to me, I feel it. When you're selecting areas of interest, what literally areas of interest, not areas of experience. So let's say you're interested in costuming. You ain't never sewn before. Great. You know what I mean? Check it off. We want to know what you're interested in, every part of it. So, and also that's a section where you can check off everything you want, as much as you want. You asked about the reel and portfolio. That is an optional part of it. We definitely recommend, if you are an animator, like you draw, we need to see your portfolio. It's basically a requirement for animators. When it comes to any other part of it, it's like a suggestion. You got a website, you got a blog you want to share with us, you got a YouTube channel. I want to see it all. We just here to have fun with that one. If you're not in animation, it's just in general, you can show your work. If you do productions, I know for me, when I applied, I was doing web series, and I was writing and producing web series and things like that. So that's why I put there as my YouTube channel. And then at the time I also had a blog, I put the blog there, and respectively, wherever I wanted to fit it. And when it comes, I know everybody keeps talking about these videos. So once you get accepted as a finalist to the HBCU in LA program, I'll send you an email and I'll be like, welcome to being a finalist, congrats. Now I need you to make a video and post it to YouTube, or you can do it as an unlisted link, however you want to do it, just so that we can see it. And just basically, you'll get more instructions then, but it's like, hi, my name's Lisa, and I really want to be a part of the HBCU in LA program. I love this, I love that. This is what I'm interested in. Honestly, if you guys go onto YouTube and just search HBCU in LA, you can see some people who have done theirs. You can get as fancy or as simple as you want. As Tyler shared earlier, all we want to see is your personality. You could be in front of a cute background. You could be outside. You could be inside, just sharing about yourself and answering the questions that will be sent to you once you get accepted as a finalist, and just talking. You could have a whole production about it. One girl, it was amazing. She did a song. She took a song that already exists and rewrote the words.
Right.
Why not?
I saw that.
Yeah, literally, whatever and we actually posted some. So if you look on our Instagram, we posted a few of them. So literally, however creative you want to be, however, what your version of creative is. So if your version of creative is, I am sitting here talking to the camera in a few different locations, and I got one of my drawings behind me. I got a painting I really like behind me that really inspires me. Whatever your version of creative is, that's what we want to see. We don't want you to force it. You'll need to hire an editor. You don't need, do you. That's what we want to see, is you.
Thank you so much. And good
Yeah,
luck to
girl,
everyone.
hope that helped. Girl, I'm gonna try this and forgive me. Munyang Tengen, and I knew what you knew I was coming for you, and I'm sorry, sis.
It's okay. It's Moon Yang Tenjin.
Beautiful.
I'm a sophomore TV and film major, Afro-American Studies minor at Howard University, and I have a few questions about the application process. And I just wanted to ask about what you all put in your personal statement and what was the interview process about. And then Lisa, you just said that you were in, you did web series. Did you do that at Howard, and how were you able to do that?
So I'll answer first. The web series, that was pure hustle and grind, sis. It was a lot of like, I would put out like, here's a crew call and I put it all up in group me's, or here's a casting call, all up in the group me, posting in the School of, well, now that Chadwick Boseman School of Fine Arts, I know y'all got that, which is exciting, but you can post posters in there and say, I'm having a casting call this time, come to it. We can talk more about that. I'll put my Instagram in the chat and you can message me and I can tell you all about that experience. But you asked other questions. I got so excited about that one that I forgot. Does anyone else want to answer what she said and remember what she asked?
I can chime in. Oh, why did I forget to? What was the first question?
The questions were, what did you all put in your personal statements, and what was the interview process about?
Gotcha. Okay. So in my personal statement, one of the first sentence I think I had was like, a significant key to entering the entertainment industry is passion. And I literally started it like that, and then I let my passion flow through the rest of the statement. I think allowing your passion to kind of spill out onto the paper is all you need. If you are passionate about entertainment, if you're passionate about music or film or television or whatever it is, if that's something that means a lot to you, take that and put that on the paper. And I know that may sound a little bit bland, but passion is what gets you into this program anyway. So I would say take your passion, put it on the paper.
Yeah, I can say I really just put in, like, it's hilarious you asked that because I literally looked at mine the other day from 2017. And I really just put in there why I wanted to work in the entertainment industry, what inspired me. We love to see when people are like, I want to be a part of the entertainment industry because I want to tell stories like mine or stories like people who look like me and things like that. So really, like Jared was just saying, just why do you want to be a part of the entertainment industry? What is your passion for? We really just want to get to know you through that. I think that's the best way to put it. Also, again, if you go on our website, there should be a little bit more guidance on there about what should be in a personal statement. And yeah. Did we answer it? You feel good?
Thank you.
Gotcha. Okay. Leanna Allen.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Leanna Allen. I am an animation major at Bowie State. And my question is, and I put this in the chat earlier, but I noticed that some of the participants in the program mentioned that they had multiple internships. So like how many do people typically do during the session? And do they happen simultaneously? Like, do you have two at a time, or is it like back to back to back?
I'm gonna be real honest. I had two, and it was only because they let me do both part-time. I actually talked to a recruiter about this because this was something we were running into last year with like people getting multiple offers and then companies being like, but wait a minute, like, so I really wanted to be clear this year, like, what is your preferred thing for students? And really what I'm hearing is that they prefer you have one because most internships for the summer are full-time. So it's like you're working two full-time jobs if you have two internships. Like I said, mine was unique because it was basically working two part-time jobs, so equal one full-time. But one of them made an exception for me. It was supposed to be full-time, but because they love Miss Stacy and I wanted to do it so bad, I'll just tell the story. I got the CW first, and it was part-time. And then I really wanted to do BET just to like see what it would be like to work at BET. You know what I'm saying? And they were supposed to be full-time, but they were like, we'll make an exception because she's part of the program. We love her, or we love Miss Stacy and all that good stuff. But I wouldn't count on that happening. So honestly, one is ideal. And I'll leave it at that. But again, sometimes like for specifically this summer, And again, because we're in a pandemic world, things are changing every 5 seconds. So this summer, a lot of the agencies had 1 month internships. So we were like, if y'all are only going to give them entertainment industry experience for a month, can they have another one? So it really just depends situation to situation. We'll cross the bridge when we come to it. So I don't want to give you a one size fits all answer, but I also would strongly advise one at a time for the summer, because again, it's like working a full-time job.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Valerie, you want to share?
Hi, yeah, thank you. My name is Valerie. I'm a marketing and finance major at Georgia State University in Atlanta. My question was, towards like all the panelists, what do you think are the top 3 skills or traits that HBCU in LA helped you build over the course of the summer?
That was a lovely question.
That's a really good question. I feel like the first one was probably be resourceful, just because we have so many different resources to our exposure. It's like, I kind of feel like it's no way that you could do this program if you want to work in entertainment and not work in entertainment. Or like, like if you have a goal once you do this program, if you really are like kind of just taking it seriously, just using all the resources and networking as your exposure, like I really truly believe like it's no reason why you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. So I would say I definitely learned to be resourceful. And then I would say also, I said earlier, but really to network across, because even like today, like I had my boss on a panel that my friend John, who was also a member of the 2018 cohort, literally put together at his company and like was reaching out to different people. And it's just like, it's stuff like that. I just love when everything connects, because I think Miss Milner describes it as like a small circle, and it's like a real small circle. But once you get in that circle, like you're in. So I would say that as well. Those were like the main ones for me.
Yeah, I would say problem solving. I feel like most people are going to start in this industry as like an entry-level position. I started as an assistant, and my job was literally to just problem solve. People would just come to my desk and be like, hey, this is happening. And I'd be like, oh, okay. And I would have to figure it all out, with no information or anything. So I had to learn how to just like figure stuff out, which included like networking. So I had to learn a lot of people at the company, know their jobs, know what they could help me with, and I had to, have a lot of grit, which I think will be a second one, of just like, I'm going to get this done, not at all costs, but, I need to get this done. So I got to get this done. So definitely problem solving, which is what I still do today, is like, okay, there's this problem. Before I go ask my boss to help me solve it, how can I solve that? Because you'll see that, that shows people that if you have if you can get stuff done, people remember. I don't know how else to say that, like people will remember, oh, Kayla did this thing, let me go to her again, or like they'll start recommending you for things because you helped them out, I'm saying. So I would say definitely problem solving. That was the beginning of me doing that, because I did that a lot of my internships. Grit, so just like getting it done, and third one, I don't know if it's a skill. I think maybe it's a skill, but like confidence, boldness in the right moments. I would say that one, because, I'm not the loudest or the center of attention often, but like I've learned to have boldness in moments. So like if I need to go talk to the EVP of the company today, because I had to do that at one point, I'll go do that, and I'll count to 3 and go talk to her, and then go back, sit at my desk, and and things like that. I found to be really important, that I don't have to be like the most outgoing, but like if I can be bold in moments, get it done in this moment, I think that's good. And also shows me to, that I can do it too. And it encourages me. It helps me get more confidence too. So you see yourself mature and grow. So I would say those 3 things.
I would say being determined is one. Also being confident, as Kayla said, and as we've kind of been honing in on in this call. And the last one I would say is patience. I think actually one of the things that Miss AC says all the time is this is a hurry up and wait industry. And it really is like people will say, hey, I need you to do this, do this, do this, do this. And you'll do it. And then you're waiting for like another 3-4 weeks for this thing to happen. And it's like, okay, well, I just hurried up and now I'm waiting. So patience is really key. And like I said, I graduated in May. I had an internship from May to August. And then I started doing the post production for our short film. But through that time, I was like unemployed. So I was really getting down in the dumps, and I was like, oh my God, like what's gonna happen here? But if I wasn't patient, I don't really know where I would have ended up. But now we're at a point where I finally got what I wanted because I was patient and I just allowed myself to kind of just surrender to my dreams. And here we are. So patience is really key.
Love that. Thanks for your question, Valerie.
Thank you.
Okay. Shania Gordon. Shania, let me know.
So it's Shania, like the country singer from Canada.
Shania Twain.
Yeah.
That don't impress me much.
So I'm Shania Gordon. I go to Bowie State University. And my question, just in general to the panel, is if anyone's worked in like the independent film industry and if there are like any similarities or differences from the general entertainment industry.
I will say I worked at Wilpack Productions, which is pretty big, but it's also still operates in the independent kind of vibe where it's like a small team. So the way it's similar is processes are all the same when you're a production. Every process is going to be the same. We're going to write it. We're going to figure it out. Like the steps are the same. What's different is like, where are you trying to go? So with like the indie route, it's like, I'm trying to get this to a festival so then a network can see it or then a studio can see it. Whereas opposed to like when I was working with Back Productions, it's like, we are going to create this thing and then pitch it to the people we already have a deal with at a major network or studio. So you're trying to get to the same place, it's just your routes are different. So I think that's one thing I've noticed is that the routes are different, but we all trying to go to the same place when we write and direct and coming up with ideas. We're all trying to get to the networks and the studios. And then when you work on the network studio side, what you're trying to see is which one of these ideas going to A, make us the most money, B, actually align with our values, and C, just be good overall. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps and answers your question. If anybody else wants to chime in, they can.
Yeah, I think that was perfect. And I also think another big thing is kind of just like the money of it all. Of course, the end result, they could both like make the same, but it's like having like a production company like Will Packer or Spring Hill, they often probably already have a deal. Like we have a deal with Universal. So whatever movie we're going to create, we're probably going to take it to them first. And if they pass on it and say no, then we go out to other studios. Versus with the independent, I just feel like sometimes they do more like crowdfunding. It just depends on how they're like kind of getting the money for that production too.
And I'll say on the creative side, because I also was the assistant to a writer, she was on the blacklist, which then, I don't know if you guys know what the blacklist is. You should Google it. We're going to empower you to Google today, the trades, the blacklist, things of that nature. Y'all going to figure some stuff out. But she was on the blacklist, which is like a list of scripts that are dope and people submit to this contest, blase, blase. So she got hers produced through like Sundance and all that good stuff. And all these major heavy hitters were in it. So once she got that, everybody was like, oh, we want you to write our thing. We want you to write our thing. And then she was getting hired like by people to just write on their staff, write their movie concepts that they had to then pitch it to a network or studio or a production company. And then rewrites were going through her. Like, so there's a lot of different ways it could happen. And I would encourage you to follow like pages that talk about that. Because that's another, I think, slept on resources is like Instagram. Like, I don't know if you guys know about Shadow and Act. So I said it like that because when you say it fast, it sounds like Shadow and Act. But like Shadow and Act, it's on Instagram, Twitter. It's a blog. Blog is a strong term. It's a website similar to the trades, but they focus specifically on like Black entertainment news. So definitely check them out. And once you read enough trades, you'll start to kind of understand how the process works. And again, when you get into the program, because we speak it into existence for everybody on this call, when you get into the program, we'll learn more about that because we'll have workshops and things like that where someone will literally come and walk you through every step of stuff like that. But that was just a taste from little old us. Anybody got anything else they want to share before we move to the next question? Lit. Okay. Ariana Davis. Thank you, Shania.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for calling on me. So I understand that HBCUs are not the only schools that are applicable for this program. It's also schools that are predominantly minority or like minority serving institutions. So I wanted to know if the institution that I attend would let me be able to apply. So I attend Rutgers University. It's like this big school in New Jersey, but I attend Rutgers in Camden, which is majority minority. Would I still be able to apply for this program?
So that's above my pay grade, sis. I ain't gonna lie to you. So if you could send an email, I'm gonna message you where to send an email to, and we can figure that out because I want you to apply.
Okay, because I just want to know if special consideration will be taken because Rutgers and Camden is majority minority, and we kind of get the end of the stick because we kind of get the end of the stick sometimes.
Nah, girl, I hear you, and like I said, I want you to be able to apply, but again, that decision don't fall on my lap. So I messaged you where you can send an email to, just letting us know everything you just told me. And we'll get that figured out for you. But yeah, we want you to be able to apply. So go ahead and send an email to that email address and we'll get it figured out. Okay. Again, I don't know how to pronounce this. Ngutezi. I'm so sorry.
Hello, that was honestly really good. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.
Hi, my name is Ngutezi. I'm a sophomore international business major at Howard University. And so I'm not necessarily focused on being a creator right now. As I just said, I'm a business major. So I wanted to ask, when you apply for the program, do you already have to know what specific track or category you want to focus on? Okay, thank you. I already see you're saying no.
Oh, no, I'll elaborate. I was just listening and responding in my head.
Okay, thank you for that. Then the kind of back up to that or follow up is when I get into the program, or if I do, is it like kind of a space where I can experiment with different types of tracks to understand what works best for me? Or is it like I find my lane and I kind of just have to stick there,
First of all, when you get into the program, I already told y'all we're speaking it into existence. So when you get into the program, but also I'll say, for when you're like exactly what I said earlier about just check your area of interest. You know what I'm saying? We hope to get you placed in an internship and you will be in that internship the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? That is where your internship will be. So in that sense, you're locked into a track. But in terms of like within the program, no. So we'll have like opportunities, like we said, with the short film. If you want to try to see what it's like to edit something, come on to the editing team. What you want to learn? Like, you know what I mean? If you want to know what it's like or what does it even mean to go from development to production. What does the development department do? What does the production department do? Stuff like that. Those are things you can learn through our sessions, but I'll let other cohort members chime in on this one.
I would say you can also ask within your internship to experiment other departments, like shadow people, have informationals with people. If you have other interests, definitely let your internship know that too. And internships are all about learning, so they will be open to that. And there's also different internships, for example, like mine at TTTBS, where my whole internship was me rotating around and figuring out what I wanted to do. And some internships provide things like that. So the short film is a great place to learn more, but also within the company you get placed is a great place. Just voice that, you have other interests too. And I'm sure they'll be happy to like set you up with different meetings with different execs and things like that, so you can learn.
And I would also add too, just like I feel like your major is just a skill, like your internship is your internship. But I also am with a whole cohort. So sometimes I would ask my friend, like, what are you doing? And so I was at the Screen Actors Guild. And when I first got it, I was just excited to be there. But a little part of me was like, all right, like it's a guild, like I have people at Paramount, like other cool places. So I kind of felt similar to that going into it. But it worked out because to this day, that was still like some of the best people I worked with ever. It was just like a real good environment. But still, like, I think in my class, my friend Steven, like he wants to be like a producer and writer and stuff. Sometimes I would go talk to him about like the scripts that he was writing. So basically what I'm saying is like, I wouldn't pigeonhole myself just because I was at this internship. I know that, you know, Kayla's at Nickelodeon or so-and-so's here. So I would like often just talk to people. And if they had something that I was more interested in, you kind of just pick their brain, talk to them for like 10, 15 minutes too, because sometimes you could like learn, you could start to learn skills just off conversations. So that's what I did too.
My experience was also a little bit similar to Kayla's. When I was at DreamWorks, they kind of had me rotate every week. So one week I was with lighting, one week I was with effects, one week I was with this person and that person. So they kind of went in a little circle. And then I also, there's like a midpoint check-in in some internships. So they asked me like, hey, is there anything else you want to know about? And I said development. So they like set me up with like a meeting with like the head of development, and we talked a little bit, and I got to be in some of their meetings and things like that. And also the short film we did, I was the producer on it. So like that was like another way to like be engulfed in like other things. So there are obviously like a lot of ways to do a lot of things in the program.
Yeah, and I'll also say, I know you said you weren't necessarily interested in the creative side, like maybe there's a business side you're interested in. There are many opportunities where we have like PR people come talk to us, agents come talk to us, marketing, advertising. Any business side of it also comes and talks. We're talking a lot about the creative because that's what we do over here also, but we're doing a lot of also business side, because I think one thing that people don't talk about a whole lot is the fact that creatives can't create anything without the business side. Like, you know what I'm saying? So though you say you're not creative, who gonna come up with this marketing campaign? Like, that's creative. Like, who's gonna come up with this business plan that we need to start this production company? That's creative. You know what I'm saying? So just as we're talking, just challenge you guys to rethink the word creative. What does that mean? What does that look like? And y'all see Mr. Leonard is in the chat. He is the COO of this company, of EICOP. And so he's holding it down and just answering your questions. But he also shared that we'll also have some opportunities on the tech side. And like I said, remember when I showed all those companies? When I tell y'all that's only some of them, like there are more things coming. So no matter, even your friends in the business, your friends who are engineers, all your friends should apply for this program too. Because how cute would it be if you guys could be in LA together too? That'd be fun. Anyways, so that's all I have to say about that. Did I answer your question?
No, it definitely did. Thank you so much. My mind is open now.
Amazing. Yay. Okay. So our last question is going to come from Anaya Clark.
Okay. Hi, I am a student at Bowie State University. I'm a freshman, and I actually have two questions. So my first question is, I'm interested in the film and acting aspect of the entertainment industry, and I was wondering how the internships will work regarding the acting aspect, because I know you guys talked about film a little bit and explaining that. I just want to know how the acting side of like internships will work, if you guys have those. And I was also wondering, like, as I'm applying as a freshman, and like you said, we're speaking into existence, so I'll say I get in and everything, how would that affect like my sophomore, junior, and senior year too?
First of all, you can ride this thing till the wheels fall off. You can apply every year God sends and put you in college and put you on an I could have technically applied because I went to an HBCU for undergrad, going to a PWI for grad school online. But if I wanted to apply, I could. So as long as you were in school or 6 months from graduation, so let's say even you're a December graduate, you're a November graduate, you can apply. We gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? So you can apply as many years as you want. We had a student who did it for 3 years. Like, as many years as you can do this program. We'll be happy to have you. You can reapply as much as you want. And I'll speak to the acting internship thing. We don't have internships in acting because transparently, those aren't really a thing. But I will encourage you that working at an agency to see the other side of it is so smart, because you need to know how an agency works. You need to know how managers work. You need to know, as an actor, it would just behoove you, like really smart of you to know how like how we're talking about, creatives can't create without the business side. to know the business side, learn it, and understand, okay, if I'm in a movie, this should happen. Or, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff that's connected to it. Or if I want representation, they should be doing X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? If I want a manager and an agent, they should be doing X, Y, Z to get me where I need to go. So though we don't have acting internships, we do have internships that will equip you when you want to be an actor. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Does anyone
And
else
really
want to
quickly,
go ahead?
I want to say really quickly too, you could always do like a casting internship so then you can know the other side of like, okay, what do they look for? Because then you'll be like specifically with someone that does that for a living that picks actors.
And also, then you also know, like, when I walk into a room, if I don't have X, Y, Z, they're not going to pick me. And that's okay. But I'm going to be here and they're going to know my face. I'm going to build these connections, just like we talk about building connections on the other side of the camera. Building connections when you're in front of the camera is just as important. You know, when you start auditioning, that person who hired you for a casting internship can be like, oh, that's my girl. We can give her something, can't we? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, little things like that are really important. Or even when you start looking for representation. I had an internship with an agent. Maybe just let them know I'm looking and they can say, hey, I'll forward you along to somebody. Because a lot of times agencies, you can't get in without recommendation. So stuff like that, like little nuances like that, you can learn from being on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, okay. I lied. One more question, and this is the last one for real. Rel, hit me with it.
How you doing?
Wait a
Can y'all
minute.
hear me? I know my
Y'all
background
can't keep
loud.
raising your hands when I say one more question. If you have a question, speak now or forever hold your peace. And if you are a panelist and you have to go, I understand. All right. Raise your hands now. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Can you hear me clearly?
Got you. I hear you.
How y'all doing? I'm Rail Tate. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I am currently a junior at Howard University. TV and film major, but I'm pursuing acting as well. My question is, how do you guys, I understand that it pays for your housing. How are you guys supporting yourselves financially when y'all, like during the summer though? Because if it's my understanding correctly, every internship is not paid, correct?
For these internships, yes, they are paid. Like we
Oh, they
make
are
sure
paid.
of that. Every company we work for, they're gonna pay y'all because you got to get around.
bet.
You got to go to, you know what I mean. You got to figure out transportation. You got to Uber. You got to eat. You know what I'm saying? So we do make sure that you guys get paid. So that's the answer to that question.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Jai, did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm Jai Kosi. I went to Mississippi Valley State for undergrad. I majored in English, and now I'm a 2L at Thurgood Marshall Law School of Law in Houston, Texas. So which leads me to my next question. For the transcript, would you upload the school, the most recent school, or the school with the highest GPA?
You upload your most recent school. And so like for me again, like, so I'm in grad school. So I would put Howard University, Liberty University. When I fill out the form, there's like two, you can put both your educations. And again, if let's say law school ain't going as hot as undergrad was, you know what I'm saying? Because we out here trying. Grad school is hard, law school is hard. We get it. Let us know, you know what I mean, in your personal statement. Just be like, listen, I'm really passionate about this, but it's been difficult balancing law school because for me, you know, I have this job and I'm in grad school. It's a lot. Sometimes C's get degrees sometimes, you know what I'm saying? We're all trying. So I would definitely, you know, recommend that you put that in your personal statement if that is your situation, and just be transparent about it. We need your most recent transcript. It's really just to make sure A, you have the right GPA, and B, that you are enrolled in school or just recently graduated. So we know, and we're on the same page about that.
Okay,
and
thank
also,
you.
Yeah. And also everybody who's doing law and any kind of policy thing, we also have another program that we are currently launching and taking applications for. So I'll drop the link to that. It's our Law and Policy Fellowship. It's for recent graduates and things of that nature. You can read all the requirements about that, but I'll drop the link to that in here. So you guys have it for when you need it / now if you're eligible. So I just dropped that link in there, Jai. I think you should look at that, see if you're eligible. And again, anyone else in law, just see if that's for you.
Thank you.
Okay, Aaron Johnson. This is our last question. Is it? Let me know. Raise your hands.
Thank
Is there
you.
one?
Hey, thank you for taking my question. Thank you for taking my question. I had to
Yes.
get something in there. You know, so I just want to ask, like, what's the internship process like for the animation? Like, how do you go about putting us in a place to like actually work in studios, or how does that work?
Yeah, so I'll give you guys like kind of the behind the scenes of what happens. So when you become a finalist and you submitted your video, and we're like, great, this is the person we want a part of the program. What we do is we make a resume book, and that will basically have all your resumes in it. And for animation, it gets a little special. We'll make sure that, oh, I should mention this. If you are in animation, please put a link to your portfolio on your resume. It is of the utmost importance that that's on there. But anyways, that's a sidetrack. But we'll submit your resumes to these companies and be like, here are all of our wonderful applicants and students. Which one y'all want? And they'll start choosing like, okay, we'd like to interview this list of people. Then you'll go through their hiring process and get an internship. Excuse me. Again, we're speaking into existence. You're in the program and you got an internship. We're speaking both. But you'll get to their internship program. And then what will happen is throughout the summer, we'll have our weekly sessions that you guys have to come to after work hours, because we do understand y'all are in your internships and that's why you're here. So yeah, so we'll balance both, but that's a little bit of how the process works. And then if you go to our website, all this is written on there under our processes and things like that. You'll get all the information you need. But I hope that answered your question.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was good. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. Well, guys, we done did it, didn't we? Again, for real, I was joking, and all jokes and kidding aside, does anyone have any other questions? If you do, you can hit up, I'll put in our Instagram for HBCU in LA.
Lisa, can you please give me your Instagram too?
Yeah, girl, I'll drop it in the chat. And then if our panelists, if you guys want to share your Instagrams or any contact info, you can. And yeah, message us. If you find other alumni, somewhere on the internet, a lot of our alumni will talk to you. Like as Tatiana talked about, we love talking about this program. You give us 5 seconds and we'll talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So feel free to message any one of us when we share our information. Feel free to message other alumni you see. Again, make sure that you go onto YouTube, search HBCU in LA, see what you find. Google it, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you do your research when you apply, so you know all the internship offers, all this program offers. So when you apply, you got you a bomb personal statement, you're coming correct, you got everything you need, and all that good stuff. And yeah, is there one? Any other questions? I will wrap it up. All hearts and minds cleared.